Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I have another World Juniors video, the first of the prelims here for USA, and they ended up taking a loss in their first game against Russia on Christmas Day, 5-3. So kind of just to break this one down, it was a tough game for USA. Just to start off, some pretty good news going into this one. Cam York was announced captain of the 2021 World Junior team for USA. So again, that's absolutely insane. Love seeing that stuff from a Flyers perspective. It shows, you know, how high, you know, them and obviously the teammates are voted, you know, how the teammates are on York, because again, it's a, you know, teammate voted thing. And then the two assistants were Cole Caulfield and Alex Turcotte. So again, pretty cool stuff there for York. But overall, it was a tough game for USA. Kind of just to break it down in small like squirts, it was literally, they had two rough starts to the first and second period, couldn't really get anything going, and couldn't have they just could not have a complete solid period. And they did a little bit in the third, but you know, they ended up having that comeback fall short. They definitely could have won, but overall, the physical play was not matched. They were way too soft on the puck, and Spencer Knight did not have a good game at all. So kind of just to break it down, York was on the first pair D, Brink was on the left wing 3. York had a really solid play to break up a dump at 19:30, ended up generating a little bit of an offense. USA was getting pucks in early, but they weren't doing anything with it. They ended up getting a power play at 16:29, brutal power play, could not get anything going on it. They didn't even get set up until the last 15 seconds when the second unit ended up flubbing a pass, and then Russia ended up just clearing it down to pretty much break up the whole power play. So really rough power play, start the game. That's not something you want to do, especially when you're pretty much gifted a chance to, you know, feel the puck early in a game. One of your first games, really set the tempo, get that first goal. They don't, but Russia ends up getting it here. USA had 0 shots in at the 12-minute mark, and Russia ends up pouncing. They go D to D just in the offensive zone. They take the shot, tip in front. Really nothing they could do. It was a great tip, and Russia ended up having a 1-0 lead. USA had a pretty good shift after that goal. They had chances in cycle time. The first shot ended up coming by Kaliev at 8:04 of the period. So that's kind of how, you know, it was pretty much really all Russia to begin the game. Very sloppy play from US, but USA gets one here. I don't know who to even credit this goal, because it was given to York, and then it was given to Boldy, and then it was changed back. I don't even know what the problem is, but IIHF.com has Cam York with a goal and an assist, so I'm going to give this one to York regardless of the way that Boldy celebrated. It could have been Boldy's, it could have been York's, but IIHF.com still has it as Cam York on there, and so did NHL Network last night. So again, York ends up getting one here. It's a great shift from the U.S. Caulfield wins a battle down low, get it all the way back to the point. York, that sneaky wrister on net, and then it's going right through Askarov. It kind of just squeaks in and rolls over the line. USA ends up getting a goal there to tie the game at 1. Again, really on a pretty good shift. They had, you know, they give up the first goal, they generate some offense, and then they ended up getting one in the net here. Russia gets a power play at 3:22. They killed off the penalty. Brink was on there. It was end of the first period here. Pretty good end of the period for USA. They had a slow start, as I said, but again, they really wanted to continue that into the second period. That, you know, from the way they finished into the second, but they did not. So after that period, shots on goal were 8-5 Russia. Brink had an unbelievable chance early. It was just a play, like a mini 2-on-1 in front, sending it over. Brink, he just completely whiffed it, and ended up missing the net on it. 2-1 Russia here. Breakaway beats 9-5. Great stretch pass from Russia, and they just go right up. York's man actually got beat on the play, and it was kind of tough because it was such a great pass. I don't really think York was expecting him to make the pass, which is why his guy ended up getting beat. But again, he ends up getting caught off the pass, and they score 5-0. It was a great shot there from Russia as well to take the 2-1 lead. Brink ended up taking a high sticks. That means a power play for USA at 11:22. Nothing going on the power play there. Ended up getting killed off. Russia turnover for USA. They had 4 guys go to the puck, and nobody did anything about it. And Russia ended up scoring on pretty much a 1-0, or pretty much a 1-0 shot, I should say, where it was literally just they had 4 guys just standing there, and it was literally just the Russian player at Knight, and he ended up scoring. So that made it 3-1 there, and the guys were literally just standing still. 4-1 Russia here. It was just a play where Knight, you know, he gets the puck, and it's on the wall, shoots it right to Russia, wide open net. They score. It was just like, what the hell were they doing? And I don't understand what Knight was even thinking on this play, because there was nobody there to even, like, he had a defenseman coming towards him, and he shoots it up the wall, and it's just picked right off, and they score. And it's 4-1 like that. He ends up getting pulled. Wolf comes in. And they were really picking it up after that goal. USA, they were just shooting from everywhere. And again, I mean, why not? They didn't have many shots really at the game. I mean, the shots after this period were 15-15. They were 10-8 USA in the period. But again, you know, one thing is that the color commentator, Dave Starman, he was saying that US had a good end of the period. They did, yeah. But they didn't have a good start. That was the one thing. Like, they had a good, you know, and again, it's something against his comment. It's just like what my thoughts were, was just like, they had two good ends of the period, but their starts of the period were abysmal, and that's why they found themselves down 4-1 after the second period. So USA was getting chances to start the third, not too many shots, back and forth really to start the period. End up getting one here. Farinacci gets one. Ozone pressure. Brink pass right back to the point. Was a great play to really find that point man. He sends it all the way back. The shot, save, rebound. Askarov just lets up a pretty big rebound there. And Farinacci ends up picking it up and scoring at 10:03 here. Brink got a secondary assist on the play. USA gets a power play, 7-17. Brink draws his second penalty of the game. I thought Brink had a pretty solid game, to be honest with you. He wasn't as noticeable as I'd like, but again, he had a pretty solid game. Had a secondary assist, a couple good plays, drew a couple penalties. But again, it really was a pretty solid game for Bobby Brink last night. They couldn't really get anything set up on that power play, though, but they ended up getting one here. Power play again at 3:05, so two pretty much golden chances. They ended up pulling the goalie to make it a 6-on-4, and Zegras gets one on another assist here from York. Another I have it on here as an assist because of the way that they that it was credited to him. But again, he either had two assists or a goal and an assist. I really don't know at this point. But again, I mean, literally, regardless, the puck was in the net. Zegras, unbelievable shot. And, you know, I saw a picture. He was, like, staring down the bench after, which was funny. But then again, you were losing 4-3 at that point, and you played, like, pretty much total shit the whole game. So he's staring them down for absolutely no reason. Empty net, USA, timeout. And at 1:01 here, and, you know, Russia took a stupid icing, which made absolutely no sense. They had full possession. They were just playing it like they were the 97 Red Wings, and they were just... and they just set it all the way down for an icing. It's like, okay, that's great. And then USA ends up giving up an empty net goal here. But one thing I wanted to bring up, too, after that goal, York made an unbelievable play to break up a 2-on-1, which might have been his best defensive play of the night, to end up sending it down. And then that was when Russia ended up taking that icing. But again, end of the game, the shots were 26-24 USA, and Cam York was the player of the game for Team USA as well. So overall, it was a solid game for USA, because, like, they played good at times, but they just couldn't have a complete game. And I feel like if they had a complete game, if they had a better second period, this game would have been completely different, and they probably could have won. This was one of those 50-50 games. It's like, do they win? Do they lose? It wasn't necessarily a game where it's like they should have won, because Russia's a very good team. So overall, it was a good game, I will say. I really hope USA can pick it up tonight against Austria. It was a good hockey game. For the most part, it was back and forth, but that second period was just bad. First period was good, third period was really good. You know, we started to see that comeback, but again, that second period was just a little off for USA. But again, let me know what you guys think below on the game. I apologize if this video is coming out a little late, because again, I've had some problems and I had a lot of things to do this morning. I will have a video for Sweden versus Czech Republic, which I did mention as well. And again, USA plays tonight at 9:30 versus Austria. Sweden plays Czech Republic at 2 o'clock, and I will be doing videos on both of those games as well, so stay tuned for those. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are my channel. Check out the podcast mark. The link is in my bio. And remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.